lifting a first batch of intending pilgrims to Israel, Jordan. Ipman assures Nigerians of enough petroleum products during Yuletide. And the foreign 10 small plane crashes into town, leaving 10 people dead. Others injured in Brazil. And in sports, Ghana defeats Nigeria to lift WAFU B Under-17 Female Cup. And now the details. I am Mike James. The Lagos State Christian Pilgrims Welfare Board, LSCPWB, has commended the airlift of Christian pilgrims to Israel and Jordan with a strong message of unity and focus. At a flag-off ceremony with the theme Pilgrimage of Renewed Hope for Total Restoration, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, urged the 354 pilgrims to stay focused, united, and be good ambassadors of the state and country. Wife of the Lagos State Governor, Ibjoke Sanwo-Olu, advised the pilgrims to be deeply prayerful, seeking an encounter with the Lord to strengthen their faith in Christ. Mrs. Sanwo-Olu also encouraged them to obey the laws of the Holy Land, follow their tour guide's instructions, and maintain good conduct throughout the pilgrimage. The Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Christian Pilgrims Commission, Stephen Adegbite, prayed for a safe journey and urged the pilgrims to remain focused, avoiding distractions during the pilgrimage. The Lagos State Resilience Office, LASRO, has organized a workshop aimed at checkmating fake news through the Lagos Resilience Intelligence System, LRIS, at the Coliseum, Maryland. Chief Resilience Officer Falanka Dania explained that the workshop aimed to validate information regarding early warning signs of risk of misinformation and disinformation, the adequacy of the proposed threshold, and access to information relevant to assessing risk indicators. According to him, the workshop is a critical step in ensuring that the LRIS is effective in mitigating the risks associated with misinformation and disinformation, which threatens livelihoods in Lagos. Host communities of Nigeria producing oil and gas, HostCom, has cautioned international oil companies, IOCs, against flouting the provisions of the Petroleum Industry Act, PIA. HostCom reminded the oil firms of the need to remit 3% of their annual operating expenditure, OPEX, into the host communities fund to enhance development. Its president, Benjamin Tamaranebi, hailed the transparent and accountable leadership of Gbenga Komolafe as Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC. He urged Komolafe to weigh into the demand of the union to enable the communities to start enjoying their benefits of sustainable development and participatory rights as contained in the PIA 2021. And now to the rest of the story. The Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, has urged Nigerians to avoid panic buying as there is enough fuel in the country. IPMAN Publicity Secretary Ukadike Chinedu made this known during an interview in Abuja. He commended the Dangote Petroleum Refinery for reducing the price of its premium motor spirit, also known as petrol, saying the gesture would help reduce transport costs for Nigerians ahead Yuletide holidays. Chinedu urged all IPMAN members to adjust their pump to the new pump price to attract more customers. Environmental health experts have urged Nigerians to shun indiscriminate dumping of refuse, open defecation, and every form of pollution in order to prevent diseases, promote health, and prolong life and efficiency. They made the call at the launch of Practical Premise Inspection Manual for Health Professionals by the Director of Environmental Health Services at the Lagos State College of Health Technology, LASCO head, Daniel Peters. Secretary Registrar, West Africa Health Examination Board, Bola Oladejo, said the government Policymakers, professionals, and individuals have crucial roles to play in keeping the environment clean and making it hygienic. On their part, the National President, Environmental and Public Health Practitioners Association of Nigeria, Samuel Akingbe, and the President for Environmental Health Officers and Practitioners, Cyril Akinyele, said the basis of healthcare service delivery and sustainability is all about a healthy environment by identifying environmental nuisances that can affect public health, noting that the only way to identify them is through housing inspection. They noted that the manual would help environmental practitioners and public health professionals to handle public health issues, both imagine and reimagine global issues. The author and director of Environmental Health Services, LASCO head Daniel Peters, stated that sustainable prevention of diseases is not just a day affair, but must involve a thorough inspection, understanding of diseases, their mode of spread, epidemiology, and their etiology. He had this to say.
Industries should stop polluting the environment, discharging fumes into premises. I mean, some fumes can be carcinogenic, and what people inhale matters. Industries should be mindful of what they discharge. Our water should not be polluted. Why we inspect industries is to detect untreated effluent. If untreated effluent is discharged into the land, it affects the soil, it affects plants. Some of them are accumulated into plants, and eventually we eat them. Some of them are discharged into water bodies. We drink these water bodies.
And that was the Director of Environmental Health Services at the Lagos State College of Health Technology, LASCO head, Daniel Peters. And now to foreign news. A small plane has crashed into a tourist hotspot in southern Brazil, killing all 10 people on board and injuring more than a dozen people on the ground. Officials said the twin-engine Piper hit the chimney of a home and the second floor of a different house before crashing into a shop in a largely residential neighborhood of Gramado shortly after takeoff from Canela. Governor of Rio Grande do Sul, Eduardo Leite, told a news conference that the aircraft owner and pilot Luis Galezi was killed along with 9 members of his family. Leite said 17 people on the ground were injured, 12 of whom were still receiving treatment in hospital. Head over to sports news. Host Ghana has lifted the inaugural Waffle B Under-17 Girls Cup after a 5-4 penalty shootout defeat of resilient Nigeria at the Ghanaian Center of Excellence in Pram Pram outside Accra. Gertrude Amwafo puts the host in front of the 14th minute, and then Priscilla Mensah doubled the advantage 5 minutes later. Precious Oscar halved the deficit in the 34th minute with a powerful volley right inside the Vital area. Hamani Chidi restored party in the 70th minute with a long-range strike that flew above goalkeeper Aishatu Fatai. The Flamingos gave a good account of themselves in the tournament where they scored 16 goals in 4 matches, conceding only 4. Benin Republic took the bronze medal after defeating Cote d'Ivoire in the 3rd place match. And that was our news at 12, but just before we go. Your vehicle is not a strong room. Always keep your valuables off the view of miscreants. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X Traffic Radio 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Instagram, Lagos Traffic 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. And you can also visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that under the Sanwo-Olu administration, 18,000 teachers were trained under EcoExcel? Well, you can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. And to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Christian Pilgrims Welfare Board, LSCPWB, has commenced the airlift of Christian pilgrims to Israel and Jordan with a strong message of unity and focus. The Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, has urged Nigerians to avoid panic buying as there is an upfill in the country. We also told you that a small plane has crashed into a tourist hotspot in southern Brazil, killing all 10 people on board and injuring more than a dozen people on the ground. In sports, host Ghana has lifted the inaugural WAFU B Under 17 Girls Cup after a 5-4 penalty shootout defeat of resilient Nigeria at the Ghanaian Center of Excellence in Pram Pram outside Accra. And for contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Adewale Olukboroku. Thank you for listening. My name is Mike James. A beautiful sunny afternoon to you.